Greetings, fellow film fans. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Mercy, and this is the Funny Pajamas YouTube channel. Now it's that time of the week again for some Mandalorian goodness. And I decided to give my review for the third episode of The Mandalorian. Start off by saying there are definitely going to be spoilers further ahead. So if you haven't watched that episode, what are you waiting for? Go watch that episode and then come back here for my review, and be sure to share your thoughts with me down in the comments section below. Let me know what you think. Okay, so we pick up exactly where we left off in the last episode. Mando is transporting the Frog Lady and her eggs to Trask. Now they land on Trask, and Frog Lady and her eggs are reunited with her husband. Mando then learns that there are some Quarren who are willing to take him to meet other Mandalorians. Now, as we know, the whole point of this is so that he can come and he can meet other Mandalorians who will in turn guide him to the Jedi, so that he can reunite Baby Yoda with the Jedi. So Mando sets off on this barge, on this huge fishing barge, and he gets into trouble because the Quarren, the bargemen are trying to steal his Beskar armor. Now we've seen throughout the so far how important and how valuable Beskar is in this universe, and as coupled with the child, that makes Mando a walking magnet of trouble. So anyway, Mando and the child are saved by a set of 3 Mandalorians who lend a helping hand. And the minute you see the 3 Mandalorians, you begin to have a doubt. Oh my god. And then it clicks. The heiress. The 3 Mandalorians are being led by Bo-Katan. Now, Bo-Katan was at one point heiress to the Mandalore throne. So, we'll see that going further ahead. And now, all 3 of them remove their helmets. I'm introduced to the fact that Mando, child of the Watch. Now, the Watch are an extremist group that want to bring back the old ways of Mandalore. And we are introduced to this by Bo-Katan. So, this is important here because it picks up character building. Now we can see Din Djarin beginning to question, but he does stay firm. But I'm pretty sure that seed of doubt has been planted in his head, and he's soon going to come into conflict. I'm pretty sure he's going to come into conflict with his beliefs and the fact that there are other Mandalorians out there that believe differently. And in exchange for Din Djarin's help, she wants help in robbing a Imperial freighter. Now she tells Din Djarin that this task on which they are, which is mostly a water planet, is actually a black market for dealing weapons. So she remember, at one point Bo-Katan was ruler of the Mandalorians. So she wants to use the weapons on board the Imperial freighter to help her people fight back and recapture Mandalore. I do think that at some point we will be visiting Mandalore itself. And then maybe we'll deal into the civil war and how the Mandalorians are separated, and how I'm beginning to think Bo-Katan is trying to reunite them and fight against the Imperial rule. So anyway, and Mando accepts. Says that she'll give him the location of a Jedi so that he can take Baby Yoda to the said Jedi. Now they attack the freighter. Mando and his company do come out triumphant. They do emerge victorious. During this battle sequence, there is a good action sequence here. What I have loved about this, they have amped the action level in all the episodes. There is a lot more action going on, and it's so smooth and well done. They succeed in their mission. And during the mission, we find out what Bo-Katan is actually looking for. It's not the weapons that she was particularly looking for. She was looking for information on something, and that was the dark saber. Now, let's go back to season 1. The last episode, at the very end, they teased us, showing us Moff Gideon with the dark saber. Now, the dark saber in Mandalorian custom is a sort of like a ceremonial sword. And the person who Darksaber is the ruler of the Mandalorians. So we see here Bo-Katan she's trying to reclaim her throne by retrieving the Darksaber. How she lost the Darksaber, we don't know. How Moff Gideon got his hands on it, that we don't know. Hopefully further moving on ahead, they will give us more information on this. Sakoff, who incidentally also voiced the character in the Clone Wars. So that was really good. And the design of the character, I mean, see her land in that Mandalorian armor, immediately you start thinking, oh yeah, that is Bo-Katan. So Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, helps his fellow Mandalorians, and and during the heist, it's sort of like it has a very heist feel, and during the heist, the Bo-Katan gets the information she's looking for. She now knows that Moff Gideon is in possession of the Darksaber. Now, I'm hoping we'll see more of her further ahead. You can't introduce a character like that and just have her for just one episode. So I'm hoping she'll give more, she'll be provided with more screen time. Once the job is done, Bo-Katan tells Din Djarin that he can contact a Jedi named Ahsoka Tano. Now, we all knew that there have been rumors of Rosario Dawson playing Ahsoka quite some time. So it definitely has an avid fascination for the character of Ahsoka Tano. So we know she's going to turn up. Maybe she'll turn up towards the end of the next episode is what I'm predicting, or at least in the 5th episode, because I think the 5th episode is being written by Dave Filoni. So since he's so fascinated with her, I would expect her to turn up or make an appearance in that particular episode. Now, what happens after Din Djarin hands the child over to Ahsoka Tano is what I'm really interested in seeing. Now, overall, I liked the action sequences in this episode. They've really upped it a notch. In this whole of season 2, they really raised the bar on the action sequences, and I really loved it. And we have a tense action sequence here, and Mando pulls a few stunts and he wins the day. So on a whole, I found this episode a lot better than the previous. Those of you who watched my review for the previous episode know I sort of bashed on it and I didn't really like it that much. I thought it was more of a filler episode, and back on track, and it has given us so many lovely nuggets and connections to the Clone Wars and Rebels, Star Wars Rebels, and it's amazing. It's a must watch for all fans. I definitely liked it. I liked this episode a bit more than the first episode of this season. And I definitely liked it better than the last episode. No doubt about that. Bryce Dallas Howard has knocked the park with this episode. She's directed this episode. I believe she also directed Sanctuary. That was episode 4 in season 1. Pacing is what I would like to bring attention to. It is so amazing. They've packed in so much information, so much action, all of it within 30 minutes, within 30 minutes, and the pacing goes fast and quick, and you never feel bored, you never feel tired, and at the end of it, you're really satisfied. So I really liked this episode. Jon Favreau wrote it, and Bryce Dallas Howard directed it, and I thought it was a win on all accounts for them. Now, I'm hoping that along with this reveal of Bo-Katan and Ahsoka, we know that Darth Maul has throughout the most of the Clone Wars, etc. and all, Darth Maul played a major rival or a villain to both Bo-Katan and to Ahsoka Tano. So maybe there are chances of Darth Maul making appearance, because there are rumors that Ray Park was seen on set. Ray Park, of course, is the actor who played Darth Maul, and I would like to see him make an appearance. Maybe not immediately, maybe at the end of the season or so. I do want to see how they will go forward once Baby Yoda reaches Ahsoka Tano, how the plot will progress. I sure hope they don't deprive us of Baby Yoda. And Baby Yoda behaved himself this time. He spent his time with the sat by the frog family, and he was a good boy. Good job, Baby Yoda. And I was Really thrilled. I love this episode. Definitely high up there among all the better. And yeah, that's about it. So that's about all my thoughts on this matter. While you are here, why don't you take some time, hit that beautiful red subscribe button down below, become a subscriber to my channel, and while you're at it, hit the bell icon so that you're notified every time I post something new. Be sure to hit that like button and comment, and be sure to give me a few comments. I'd love to hear from you. Also, you can always contact me. You can connect with me at mercy_sd on Instagram, Twitter at mercy_d. You can also email me at mercy@funny-pajamas.com. That's pajamas with a Y. And Funny Pajamas also has its own standalone website, that is www.funny-pajamas.com. Pajamas, once again, with a Y. And I do put up reviews on my website. I also sometimes put up news and bits of a mishmash of all sorts of movie related stuff. So do be sure to check it out. I'd be really grateful. And that's about all I have for you right now. Hoping to see you next week again with more Mandalorian goodness. Have fun till then. The Force be with you. This is Mercy, signing. Bye.